Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to all my new followers. This week we're going to discuss the one lens setup because I think that it just makes you a better photographer. Now, as you progress in your life as a photographer, you're definitely going to accumulate some gear, which is normal. We're all going to do that. That's just fact. You're going to accumulate some gear. And sometimes that gear can lead you to be distracted from the real event, which is taking photos. And so you can sit there scratching your head like, oh, geez, should I take this camera, this lens set up here, there, that, there? And I think it's valuable that you consider spending a certain amount of time with just one camera and one lens. I did that too. Later in life as a photographer, where I just stuck to one lens. For me, that was the Tamron 45 1.8 in combination with the Nikon F100. I bought the F100 before because I wanted something that was a little bit more professional and it looked a little bit more digital. So when I did shoot with models, that it didn't look so old and it was a little faster, and it has accurate autofocus. But I found myself wanting to shoot the F100, but I didn't feel like I had a great lens with it. So I did a lot of research and a lot of reading, and you all know how that goes. And you get into the details and all that kind of stuff. And eventually I found this Tamron 45, and it seemed like the perfect match for my F100 to kind of record daily life and spend a considerable amount of time for personal work, because if you're a professional shooter, you definitely need more lenses. If you're doing weddings or whatever, or events, you're going to need more lenses. But for personal work, I wanted to spend, an extended period of time with one setup, and I did that with the F100 and the Tamron 45. Now, I was immediately intrigued by that focal length, 45. I was shooting with the 50 for a little while with the F100, and that was good, but as soon as I bought that 45 on there, I absolutely knew that that was the lens for me as a daily driver. Yeah, why? I'm not an 85 guy that, walks around there all day long with an 85. That's great, but I see that just more purely for portraiture. Not to say that that can't be your daily driver. If that's for you, go for it. Shoot with it. But for me, it's that 45. And so often it is said that 50 is what we see in. So if we're looking through that lens with a 50 millimeter, that's approximately what we see, but it's closer actually to 42. So 45 gives that perfect sort of focal length in how we see daily life. Now, spending some time with one camera and one lens does not mean that you should hit eBay and sell all your gear and just have one camera left and one lens. I would not recommend that, because if that camera then breaks down, now you don't have a backup camera to shoot with. So at minimum, have one backup camera. So most of us are going to have more cameras because they all serve a purpose, because they're tools. But to, as a daily driver, because most of my photography is actually just recording daily life, documenting daily life. I think that's incredibly interesting and incredibly important for my personal sense of being. I like recording daily life. I like, documenting things, have a photographical record of things in my life, and this 45 is just perfect for that. I'm also very comfortable taking portraits with it, of friends, family, stuff like that. And I'm comfortable taking it out there into the countryside. I'm comfortable shooting it at night. And this 45 was just perfect for me. So I'm not going to get into the specific technical details because that's a little boring. This is just about why I chose the lens and why I think you should, consider a one camera, one lens setup for personal work for an extended amount of time. Another reason is when you get to know that focal length, it really does make you into a better photographer, whether you believe that or not. If you do that, you're going to start looking at other things. Number one, you're not sitting there oh, which camera, which this, which camera, which this. And when you arrive at the place where you want to shoot, oh, did I make that right decision? Shouldn't I not have brought that other camera? And then you're sitting there and you're being completely distracted from what you should be doing, and that is actually shooting. So nothing is more liberating than just being able to say, hey, it's just the F100 and the Tamron for me. Now, you might think like that it's a big setup. Personally, for me, that's not big. I have rather big hands. As you see, for me, it's a perfect fit. It goes easily into a smaller camera bag. It fits easily into a bigger camera bag. If you don't like shooting with the hood, it does have a really nice hood with it. You can take that off. It becomes a little bit more compact. But it's quick for me. Also, the F100, it gets out of the way. It's a camera that does exactly what you have to do, certainly in combination with this 45. This setup, although no, it's not a mechanical FE or an FM, and it doesn't have that nostalgic vibe to it of the cameras of yesteryear, but this is still a camera that, you know, I want to pick up, I want to grab it. I want to pick it up and I want to take pictures and document my life with it because it does it so well in combination with the 45 millimeter. So therefore, guys, this has really, been absolutely one of my favorite lenses. Yes, I did buy the FA, and the FA is a wonderful camera with the 50 on there. That's all I need. And because I really do love manual focusing, but every now and then, actually having more than every now and then, I just keep gravitating back to the F100 with the 45 because it produces wonderful images, which leads me to another point. It's a little bit of a side point, but one of the reasons I did start this YouTube channel is because there's a lot of misinformation out there about gear. And one of them is that this Tamron is designed for digital cameras. This camera is absolutely wonderful on film, and I'm going to leave you guys with some of my favorite photos that I've ever taken with this Tamron 45. But guys, yes, consider spending some time at least, however long that is. I did it a year. I usually do it a year if I buy any new gear. I'll spend a year with it and you really get to know the ins and outs of it. But consider spending some time with just one camera and one lens. It really will make you into a better photographer. It's a wonderful experience. It's creatively liberating. You're not being held down by having to make that choice of, hey, you know, which gear and did I make the right choice? And, you know, when you printed the picture, oh, shoot, I should have taken it with this, would have been better there and there. Just do the one setup and it's liberating because eventually, guys, it's all about creating the photograph, at least for me. But guys, that's it for this week. And I'm going to leave you with some of my favorite photos and leave your questions down in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. Stay safe, guys, and have a wonderful week.